Hello, welcome to Handy English for Teachers. This is Teacher Oscar, and well, in today's video we're going to talk about the CENEVAL exam para licenciatura en Enseñanza del Inglés. Specifically for those teachers who would like to take the exam, the theoretical exam, and they don't know what they're going to find or what to expect. Well, today we have here this document which is going to explain the type of questions that you are going to find in the exam. Remember that the theoretical exam will include 180 questions and you will have a total amount of 5 hours to complete those 180 questions. All right. So, but what type of questions will you find? Let me tell you first that the CENEVAL exam is made for those teachers who have acquired the knowledge of a professional in the teaching of English, but that they have acquired it through experience. Therefore, it is expected from these teachers to have the same level, but the questions that you will find in the exam are made with the purpose of or addressing this type of people. So before continuing, with no further ado, let me go straight to the document, okay? So the document, you can download this document from the CENEVAL website. And also I'm going to leave it in the description of the video so you can see it. As well, let me, before I continue, just remind you to subscribe to the channel, to give a like to the video, and don't forget to subscribe so you can receive notifications on the following videos talking about these exam lessons and, well, other stuff. Here we go. So, tipos de reactivos. El legal EIN se compone de preguntas de opción múltiple. All the questions are going to be multiple choice, all right? And the first type of questions is this. As you can see here in the document, says cuestionamiento directo. This is the first type of questions, straight or open questions, but well, they will have multiple choice as well. What can we find here? This is what I was saying before. They're not going to ask you straight like, what is the process of the TVL? What's the framework for TVL? What's the cycle of a TVL lesson? Okay, check it out. The question says, the teacher gives students handouts with pictures showing a list of summer holiday activities. Individually, students use the pictures to make predictions about what a character is planning to do on his holiday. Students listen to a character talking about his plans and check their own predictions. Then they rank the list of summer holiday activities according to their own interest and share their preferences with a partner. Finally, students are asked to write about their next holiday using their list of preferences. What is the approach or method used by the teacher? So they are presenting the whole situation, and the person who is doing this exam needs to figure out by reading the situation, find out what the right answer is. So here in the example, they tell us that the right answer is task based, because if you notice in all the description of the activity, they are describing the task cycle, which is a pre-task, a while task, and a post task. That is why it's a task-based content, okay? So this is the first type of questions you will find. There's a situation and you will have to analyze that situation in order to find the correct answer. Okay, the second question, the second type of questions is called completamiento. And basically it's completing the sentence, right? So let's check the example. It says, this is regarding history of English. By the way, in the description of the video, there's also the link to the video from this channel that gives a lesson about history of English. Do not miss that video. It says the Victorian era influenced the development of the English language as a result of. Okay, the right answer here is the social changes created by the Industrial Revolution. I will say that you can actually find out the answer just from general knowledge, from general culture. So if you know that the Industrial Revolution happened during the Victorian era, then you can figure it out on your own. So sometimes when you get to see these type of questions, especially regarding history of English, you get blocked because you don't know what was happening with the English language during that time. However, if you just open your mind and start seeing the questions from different perspectives, and you will be able to find out the answer. All right, so this is the second type of questions. I don't want to make this video to be too long, so let me go straight to the next question. Elección de elementos. Okay, let's check out the example. It says the following are characteristics of Elizabethan English, except In the video of History of English, you will see the Elizabethan era in the stages of History of English, and you will figure out that this is because of Queen Elizabeth I. So, during that age, what was the language that was used? But let's take a look at this question, because sometimes you will find some tricks to figure the answer out. It says here, these characteristics are not, or the answer you're looking for are the characteristics that are not part of this era. So you will see the right answer, according to the example, says 2 and 3. Number 2 says all nouns had two genders. There was a past plural form. So you can also figure out that answer if you know what the English language rules are, right? So you can figure that easily. So you just have to take. Maybe you will say like the others are possible too. Let's take a look at the other ones. Okay, it says the average number of words using commoners vocabulary was less than 500. Yes, it's true because you're talking about the 15th century, 16th century, where not all people had access to education, so they could not read, they could not write. So common people basically did not use more than 500 words in their everyday life. You see the other, there were no dictionaries available, of course not, because that was the time when the printing press was invented. So there happened a lot of time after for them to print the first dictionary in English. Okay, and says words were spelled in a variety of different formats, and that is correct because there was not like a specific written form of a language. There was the influence from the Vikings, the influence from French language as well. So, and there was not a dictionary yet to say what was the correct spelling. So all of those are characteristics of the Elizabethan era, except numbers 2 and 3. So this is something you can figure out as well. And finally, reactivos de ordenamiento. There is also a video which is in the description below where I explain how to do this type of questions. It's the following. You just have to check out the first and the last option. Just by finding the first and the last option in the ordering, in the correct orders, you will be able to find the right answer. You do not forget to watch that other video where I explain all the process through. So all you gotta know right now is this: you have to order the events or the sequence in the correct order, but do not um, do not break your mind. Do not spend too much time on checking every single one of the options. Just take a look at the first and the last, then see the frequency of them and figure them out. Don't miss the other video. Okay, so basically these are the questions that you will find in the CENEVAL exam. And I hope this video has to be useful. And do not forget to subscribe to the channel for future videos. The next video, I will talk about some tips to relax, to be prepared for the exam, and to reduce anxiety. Okay, so this is Teacher Oscar. Thank you for watching the video today.